Was politics ever something you thought you'd get into?
Absolutely not. I had never wanted to be an elected official, never wanted to work in this space, had no interest for it.
What changed? Was it what happened to your brother?
Yeah. 2019, after my brother was killed by Phoenix PD during a mental health crisis.
Emergency.
In April 2019, Phoenix police were called about Alex Hernandez. He was high and in crisis.
He's coming out to the canal right now.
He left his family's home, went to the canal by the 202 and 40th Street.
We're not sure what he got in his hand, but he's trying to simulate something with that sheet over his right hand.
Police shut down both ends and watched him from a distance.
He's got something black in his hand.
He's got something that's black and he's pointing it at us every once in a while.
It looks like an airsoft replica. I'm not sure.
No officers had body cameras, so there's no video of the shooting.
Right, I copy. We do have a 998 on the north side of the canal.
Definitely not expecting that the day that I made that call on April 29th that was going to be the day that, they were going to kill him, because that just had not been something we even thought was possible.
It's current, and he's been served.
Anna Hernandez is who called the police about her brother.
So he showed up right now, and he's there. He's high.
You guys saw an order of protection on the advice of police officers, right? And that you actually called the police that day.
Yeah.
She and her family believed Alex would go to jail, sober up.
That was the plan. That was the hope, because we actually had interactions with the Phoenix PD multiple times before that, and it never resulted. It never resulted in a negative experience.
On that day along the canal, Alex Hernandez was holding this toy gun. Records show officers were 100 yards away when they shot him.
He had a canine release on him. He was handcuffed. So when the EMTs were there, they had to provide support with him being handcuffed.
Reading through, the case file on this, it says Phoenix police didn't even request medical assistance for 9 minutes after shooting him.
Yeah. I beat the ambulance to the scene. So I was on scene when my brother was bleeding out in the dirt with officers surrounding him and no first aid provided.
Hernandez then claims police lied to her family.
The day that the incident happened, that he was killed, a sergeant or a detective came to talk to my parents at their house and told us that he had been shot one time. So that was what we thought for weeks. I got the death certificate and it said multiple gunshot wounds. And that was the moment that I knew, okay, things aren't adding up.
Alex Hernandez was shot 5 times, 3 in his back. And his family believes the medical examiner report shows he was shot face down on the ground, something police denied.
That was really the catalyst for me to become involved, especially at the city council level.
So is your brother?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah. That's Alex. It's a constant reminder. It's a piece that I can always look down and remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it keeps me very grounded into the work that needs to be done.
The shooting propelled Anna Hernandez into activism. She became a regular at city council meetings, criticizing the mayor and council for a lack of control over Phoenix police.
Some of us will come for your seats. So remember that when you have to vote. Thank you.
But first, Hernandez ran for state senate and won in 2022, defeating the incumbent.
It should be nobody's surprise that policing and law enforcement is so near and dear to my heart, and I'm going to always speak on that issue.
The Hernandez family sued Phoenix police over Alex's death, but a judge dismissed the case in the middle of last year, ruling the record indicates that the officer acted reasonably and is entitled to qualified immunity. Then, a few months later, Anna Hernandez won the Phoenix City Council race with the same message she's run on since the beginning.
I mean, I don't know how anybody can watch what has happened for years, and even more concerning, what has happened after the report was issued, and say that Phoenix does not need oversight.
She's talking about the DOJ report into Phoenix PD and about cases we exposed after that report was released last summer, like the sudden and violent arrest of Tyrone McAlpin, a deaf man with cerebral palsy.
I've never been one to be quiet, and the voters overwhelmingly supported me in this race. So I don't plan on changing that.
Call me cynical. I've been covering news here in Phoenix for almost 2 decades, right? We've seen plenty of people at different levels of government say they're going to come in and change things and demand change. And The government just changes them. Is that what we're going to? How are you going to be any different?
Everybody should be skeptical because I can tell you that being on the inside now, it is very easy to lose your path. It is very easy to lose your reason why you're doing this work. I think for me, my why is so different than most people's, almost anybody that has run for office, and I think that automatically sets me apart.
Is that the why?
Yeah.
I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.